So far I was right. These two were clear. But this plug here is all wet. It's one of the ones that's got some water in the cylinder most likely because it leaks in through the exhaust. And the front two cylinders always seem to want to misfire because of it. And then I clean them and then they work good and then they get dirty again. I really need to put this thing in a building. But anyways, it's no biggie, so I'll get back to you once I get this fixed. Now, I can't remember if I've ever shown this or not, but this is how I clean spark plugs, especially when they're really fouled like this. Get yourself a torch and start torching the plug. See if I can get us a better camera angle. Hold on. At least now hit both hands. So just torch the plug. Try to get the flame right up inside, but be careful you don't go too far because you burn your fingers. Burning your fingers with a torch hurts, as you may well have guessed, or already know. But if she's really gassy, you'll get a lot of yellow flames shooting out there just as that gas and fuel burns out, because it gets down inside the plug around the electrode there, and will cause all kinds of interesting issues. Same with water. Water gets up in there. This is the easiest way to get it out, I find. I've done many methods of cleaning plugs over the years, but this method by far works the best. Not only that, it heats the plug up, so it makes it want to ignite a lot more. Once you think you've got almost everything off, go ahead and grab yourself a wire brush. I always like to kind of stick it down so it moves the crud around. You know, she cleans up really nice. But eventually, like right now, that's getting too hot to hold. So I'll fire that back in and go on to the next one. But that's a quick and easy way you can clean your plug and start your engine. Let's try to zoom in. There you go. You can see how wet, and this one kind of was firing by the looks of it, but it's also kind of wet. Probably had some water in that cylinder too. You guys can't see it, but it's getting a really big yellow flame off that. I don't know how well that's showing up, but you can see a bit of that yellow flame. A lot of carbon in this one. It's quite dirty. Ooh, you see all the soot coming off it. This plug was really dirty. One of the problems is there is a lot of carbon in this old thing. And when it gets all wet, the carbon kind of slops around and sometimes glops onto these plugs. And then the plug won't work anymore till I clean it. Quite amazed how gross this one is. Give it a wipe before it gets even too hot. Ouch. Just doing that, you can see she's that much cleaner. So there you go. Another clean plug. Let's zoom. Focus. There. You can see, nice and clean, looks almost like new. Electrodes off center. Friggin' plugs, they're pretty bad for that now. Anyways, on to the next step. Alright, new battery's in, even though it's a little guy, we'll see what it can do. Plugs are all clean. Well, these two, I cleaned these two didn't really need to be cleaned. They had a little carbon on them, but nothing that'll stop them from firing. This has been sprayed in here with WD, so it doesn't, the water doesn't muck it up, and otherwise we're pretty much ready to go. So, step one, turn on fuel. I really got to replace that fuel filter, or at least blow it out, clean it. Round and round and round it goes. Eventually the fuel cock will undo. There, okay. That's that. Oh, I'll put this aside with the rest of the stuff. To hook up power. Power's hooked up. I don't usually get up on it. I probably should, just because it's not the safest starting it from on the ground, because if it started moving, you're standing here like this, it'd run you over real easy. But I always make sure, look, to see it's over in park and neutral, so it won't run me over. But I like to have control of the choke and the throttle from this side. So let's just have a quick look, see if anything happens. Starts a lot better when she's all cleaned up. It always doesn't like to run on 4. It usually runs on 3 or 2. Every time getting that 4-cylinder to keep firing. I think it's because I'm not getting enough voltage for my coil. The alternator is only putting out 12 volts. Sometimes. Anyways, the whole point of this, look at this. She didn't like that, but that's okay. It's picked up. And it'll keep itself up. For the most part anyways. I hope it does. But now, this tire is high and dry off the ground. And can continue to take these bolts out, replace the tube, replace the tire, and be back in action. Obviously the tractor's a little snotty, but I think that's because of that fuel filter being clogged. And now it's dripping gas out of the carb. Probably should someday hook some kind of filter up on that. Anyways, I'll get back to you later. Peace.